Mushroom Peaks was the first original custom track to be added to Mario Kart Wii back in 2009. The track is infamous for many reasons, and I'll be taking a look at those reasons in this video. The track starts with a ramp that goes into a bouncy mushroom. Then after a 90-degree turn, you go into another ramp with 2 bouncy mushrooms. After that, you go up a hill which has quite a lot of bumps, which makes it really awkward to drive. And then you go into another 90-degree turn, into some boost pads, which will lead you to the most infamous section of the track. There are 2 paths full of bouncy mushrooms. The straight path is a shortcut which is very difficult to pull off without items, and the left path is the main path, which is slightly easier. The way the ramp is set up can be confusing to new players. It's pointing straight ahead, which could mislead players into thinking that the shortcut is the main path. On the bright side, literally, the shortcut mushrooms are darker than the ones on the main path, which can signal danger to the player, but not all players will be able to pick up on it. The end of the straightaway leading up to the ramp should be curved to the left to indicate that that's the main path. However, that's not the big problem with this section. Bouncy mushrooms in Mario Kart Wii are not very intuitive. If you don't hit the mushroom in the right spot, you won't get that much airtime, and in this section you're supposed to be ascending from mushroom to mushroom. So one wrong bounce and you'll end up falling off the track. So it's quite easy for players to lose a lot of time here, and possibly even get stuck in a respawn loop. The shortcut path is intended to be difficult, so I don't think that should be changed at all. However, the main path is way too difficult. It needs some more bouncy mushrooms toward the end, and perhaps even add some more green mushrooms that have ramps. If you manage to survive that mushroom section, you're led into a split path. And that also leads into the other big problem with this track. This section is really boring. There's a lot of empty space, and there's hardly any shortcuts. The only interesting thing is if you take really wide lines, you can get some item boxes that have like specific items. And there's also the booster ramp that's after the split paths that you can hit the wall to reduce your airtime. But other than that, there's not really much going on here. Then the track concludes with 2 more ramps. The final ramp requires you to make a really sharp left turn. However, the track does not indicate the upcoming left turn very well. It looks like a blind jump until you've gone off the ramp. Tilting the road downward and adding signs would make this section a lot more intuitive. So those are the problems with Mushroom Peaks. It's frustrating, then boring, and it's a long track, which gets even longer due to the difficulty. Now I don't think Mushroom Peaks needs to be removed from CTGP, but it obviously needs an overhaul. The track looks terrible in comparison to all the new tracks that have come out recently. If only somebody could remake this track to make it better. That's right, there already is a remake of Mushroom Peaks. It's called Mushroom Mountain and was created by Ferv. It's not in CTGP, but has a lot of potential. First of all, there's way more track decorations, and the turns look more natural. The hill leading up to the long bouncy mushroom section is a lot smoother. Now the infamous bouncy mushroom section is not quite fixed. The ramp is still pointing toward the shortcut, and the shortcut mushrooms are colored the same as the main path, so it's actually more confusing than the original. Once again, curving the road to the left, adding signs, and coloring the shortcut mushrooms differently than the main path would fix this. The mushroom placement here is identical to the original, and once again, the main path needs to be easier, more mushrooms and more green mushrooms with ramps. And the branching paths are the most improved part of the track. There are now off-road shortcuts with ramps that you can trick off of. The special item boxes were removed, but I suppose it's a good thing so that way it prevents the top spots from exploiting the power items from there. The final ramp has been redesigned so that way you can see the upcoming left turn. The added signs also makes it easier for the players to know where to go. So that's Mushroom Mountain, the superior version of Mushroom Peaks. The long mushroom section still has some design issues, but everything else about the track has been improved. Once those design issues have been fixed, this track should definitely replace Mushroom Peaks in CTGP. And no, the fact that it's one of the first custom tracks does not excuse it from criticism and being remade. So that's Mushroom Peaks, its flaws, and its potential to become a good track. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button and enable notifications by ringing the bell. And one last thing, make sure to let the CTGP staff know that we want the improved version of Mushroom Peaks in CTGP. So that's gonna do it for this custom track video. Now let's roll the outro. Hey there, thanks for watching to the end of the video. If you like the custom tracks in this video, then go ahead and check out my custom tracks playlist for other Mario Kart games.